Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to Sunday Radio on SNYJNZ Radio. I'm your host, Jordan Gore, aka Sunny Jean. And to document today, it is 4:02 p.m., December 14th, 2025. It's almost the end of the year, and I hope you're surviving like I'm trying to do, with writing these books and everything. I'm really trying to survive my own apocalypse in my mind. But that's a whole different story. There's a lot of news that needs to be discussed, right? But just make sure you tune in on Tuesdays on the JO podcast that I do, which I upload on the radio station live on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. And then I have it archived. But it's a lot going on. A lot of Christmas celebrations or discussions. You know what I mean? And it's pretty intense right now. It's a lot going on in the entertainment industry and the just the streets itself. With the book that I wrote, A Million Days book number 4, it's representing, we got the parrots outside. It's always something going on with these parrots. All right, they're quiet now. There they go. Shout out to the parrots. I heard if you catch one, right, somebody will buy it off you for like $5,000. Anyways, it's a lot going on. I was watching the end of Hot 97's Ebro in the morning, and I saw Ebro's, his Instagram live about it, and whoa, these parrots are on one. I'm sorry if you hear that noise over there. It's just quite disturbing. It sounds like something from a John Hitchcock movie. So Ebro was having this live discussion basically about everything that, without saying too much, he was, just, it looked like he was definitely frustrated. He had his sunglasses on, right? And that was one of my things, was like, okay, if he has his sunglasses on, either he's, too sad, right? Because that is a huge deal. You just get fired out of nowhere. Basically, that's what it seemed like, right? There was no goodbye. There was no, hey, Ebro in the morning might be coming to an end soon. The show was called Ebro in the morning. So that was definitely, it had to have been a very emotional feeling to have. The dude pulled out a joint. He almost, he was smoking the joint. I don't think I've ever seen Ebro smoke. So, that was just right there next to Kamala sipping the wine, with the kids right next to her. You know what I mean? That's just, I guess it's just that, that defeat maybe, is I don't know what it is, but, did I ever listen to Ebro in the morning? Not as much. I listened to some interviews. It was a very bland kind of show. I think Ebro is very passionate, but sometimes passion can overcome, or overtake your brain and in the decisions that you make, and I think that everything just didn't really come off as genuine, respectfully. I know that he's done it for a while, and maybe there was a transition later on throughout his career, but a lot of things definitely seemed a little too polished. And I don't again, like with me, I study the greats, whether they're in radio, whether they're in music, sports, anything. So when I see transitions in different artists, or different personalities, for me because I went to school for it and just kind of every day, being back and forth, going around traveling and stuff like that, I kind of get a feel for people's energy. And I'm not saying that I'm always right in what I assume or whatnot, but I could definitely tell when something seems a little more fabricated, and maybe they do it for a safe direction, maybe not. I guess maybe the reason that came, which we'll discuss later, is from shows like WWE, right? I was a big fan of WWE way more in the 2000s, right? I remember all of that, majority of oh my God, all the main events and the things that happened. I remember either watching it live or, reading it on fucking MySpace or whatever was on at the time. YouTube, they didn't even have clips back then where they just uploaded right away. Nowadays, you get the clips right away. Before, it took like, you went to Yahoo Music, Yahoo Video, something to, find the fucking, you know what I mean? Find the fucking, the platform to watch, reruns of the show. Or you had to get the DVD, which came out like a month later. So it was very, you had a lot of time to do your own thing. Got a dog barking now. What is going on out here? Let's close some windows. Hang on. There we go. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back to the show. No, I'm just playing. But so I guess because I was just being a fan of WWE, being a fan of movies, being a fan of music, I was very much just in tune with storytelling. I think storytelling is where I really developed, honestly, a mindset to just be a little more creative, think outside the box a little more in my writing, whether it's my music, whether it's books, whatever the case may be. So seeing energy and human energy and people that I look up to and people that, I idolized and all these kinds of things, just seeing what's going on in the media today, I could kind of see where it's like, damn, like, you worked this hard to just, get your whole show or whatever you stood for demolished, and this is a Sunday show, right? This is a Sunday episode. I do want to bring positivity into this episode because it is a lot going on, but Christmas time is coming up and we got to be happy. We got to be a little more, we got to represent a little more coof. Now, is it coof? Coof? Okay. Let's see. So with that being said, today's topic, one of the main things I want to discuss is legacy. Okay. Legacy. Legacy to me means you build it brick by brick, right? And you build it, you may get dirt on your fingers, you may get, scratches every here and there. It's all about what you can build from the day you realize that to the day the job does or does not get done. And I think legacy is important and it should be highlighted a little more because the people that promote it more, I feel it's a lot more action in their everyday life. They're establishing action. It's not just words. It's not just about what you want to do. It's about actually doing it and actually building that legacy, creating a family, creating things like this. I think for me to be able to travel and, it was a blessing. My life compared to a lot of people's lives, safe to say it was a lot easier. I went through a lot, right? I got scars and scratches to prove it. But compared to like what a lot of my friends went through and what a lot of family members went through. And, you're thinking about times where I'm talking about back in the days, just being a black man, black woman in general, light skin, dark skin, it doesn't matter. It was a different time, and I was fortunate enough to be both outside and indoors, So when I say outside, like I was the kid selling chips and juices and all this kind of stuff, just trying to make a dollar, basically. I didn't have to, make that money to take care of family or nothing like that. It was just, for me, I always felt like it was important to know how to make money somehow, whether you're selling pencils or whatever the case may be, but just provide good customer service. Anytime you need me, I'm here type of thing, never burn bridges, none of that kind of stuff. And it was kind of like robotic to me. Like, I don't know where that thought came from. I mean, my dad, he always, he was always big. He cut hair when he was a kid. He, did production. He did all this kind of stuff. So, and my mom, she was a floral, she was a owner of a floral company, so business was in my blood, right? Art was also in my blood too, because I was much rather big on doing music, writing lyrics, all this kind of stuff. And just even if I never went to the studio, I was just glad I had the lyrics, right? So I guess fast forward to the more I start to realize now the importance of being business minded and just being outside, right? Dealing with actual people, dealing with, I don't know if it was like an alpha, if I'm stepping into more of this alpha mentality, but it's definitely helpful to just kind of walk out and just know like, all right, you got to be God-fearing. You literally got to be God-fearing. You got to be prepared for whatever comes your way outside. And it's not, every single day, there's never just 100% issues, right? There may be just small problems here and there, but like life affective issues where, you feel like your life is on the line and stuff like that. Going through that one or two times, or maybe one too many times, can feel kind of scary. At least it was for me. I worked a lot, and I remember, I was stupid as a young kid. I was the type of kid, and God bless whoever kept me alive in those times. Thank you. But just wearing the wrong colors in the wrong neighborhood, just trying to be like, just trying to think, I knew everyone. I was cool with everyone because I was the kid that sold chips and drinks. And, red was my favorite color. Red is the color I wore. But, I had to learn, you have to respect the game. Got to respect the game, and it wasn't all about me. It was about literally just being able to go from point A to point B, and again, I'm thankful that, I didn't get my head bashed in. I didn't get anything that, affected me or my family. I mean, I got jumped a couple of times, but, and that wasn't just over, off of wearing the colors. That was having issues with that person. See, that's the thing too, is knowing that fuck it. Even if you got to fight. You know what I mean? Let people know what you're about. I remember seeing that same kid who I fought at the club, who got me jumped when I was re-upping on fucking chips and drinks and shit to sell at school or whatever, got jumped, and the motherfucker, I seen him years later. And it was just like, we were literally side by side in the club. And, he had, his circle around him. I had my friends scattered around or whatever. And it was like, yo, this is, and nothing happened. It was kind of like, we're just looking at I think who was performing. I think it was YG in the game, or it was YG's gig, but the game made a special appearance. And we were just both looking at the fucking gig. And, we looked over to each other like for a little bit. It was like, oh shit, like, that's crazy, but niggas were grown. It was like, everything was good. And, with me, it's up with certain people, I think with me, but it's weird how life works because you're going to see them in person. I remember, I think I said on the last podcast, I remember when there was a guy who, who I had an issue with, who we just had a drunk fight one day. And, I seen him in church with his family. His kid was being baptized, and it was just, it was that beautiful feeling. And I didn't even know, because I was crying the whole time, and I didn't even know it was him. He turns around, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm crying over this. So it was like, it was the feeling of like, damn, rejoice in that feeling of forgiveness. It is up with certain people, more people that were friends rather than enemies from the get-go, but you got to go through that. You got to go through those issues, because that's what shapes you up. At least that's what shaped me up. I can't speak for any man out here. I can give advice based off of what I know, but I know my limits. Same reason why I won't step out wearing colors I know I'm not supposed to be wearing. You know what I mean? That shit can make you very aware. That is something to not take for granted. And I think if you care about your life and you want to create a legacy, you want to stand for something in life, right? We're all put here for a reason, for talents. No matter if you're man, woman, whatever. Everybody's here for a purpose. If you know how to sew and you work for a fucking factory all your life, or you just so happen to know how to be an entrepreneur and how to sell anything, it's levels to it. And you got to really know your levels. You got to really know where you stand and where you want to go, because for me, it was a struggle for me to figure it out. And then once I did, it feels better than sex. I'm not even gonna hold you. Once you feel that ambition, you feel that purpose, right? And I feel like my purpose, I can't even share, because I feel like pretty soon, and the more I start doing this, like I think I wouldn't be surprised if only 2 people listen to this podcast right now, right? But in my mind, I'm like, all right, I'm pretty sure if I can keep on doing this, just expressing my thoughts, right? It may turn into 1,000 into so-and-so. Who knows? But let me just give some game from a 35-year-old perspective, feeling like I'm 50 at this point, but who's also knew what it was like to be 16 and live actual 16-year life. Like, yo, I live my life like such a fucking dope ass light skinned dude. Like, if you ever pictured like a skateboarder, right? Some light skinned dude, and a nigga with like gauges in his ears or some shit, right? That nigga was just cool. That was me. And that's just, you know, you're a hybrid. I feel like I was a hybrid at that time, you know? So to still carry that and to not fold under pressure and everything, it takes a lot of strength, you know? And I was definitely conflicted about who I was inside. But once you realize how dope you are and how much of an amazing person you are and what you could bring to the table too, that's another thing. You know, give more than you take. The people who give more, good things happen. And I noticed the karma that comes, you know, my way, whether it's good or bad. And I got to be prepared for both, you know? So that's the thought, you know, and those are the seeds, you know, to start up a legacy, you know, to start up your own empire, whatever you want to do. And at this time, there's nobody that can stop you. Now, like I said, I'm going to get into the jokes. Everybody's going to be getting it on Tuesday, right? But today's Sunday, you know, I want to bring that sereneness. I want to make sure that you have an understanding in case you're feeling in, you know, a different kind of direction. My confidence level inside, right, is very, very solid. And I'm going to get a lot more individuals on this show that also have things to say. And we're going to get very, very, you know, sentimental and passionate about a lot of stuff. But the main thing to do is to create legacy. Now, before we get into the shenanigans, right? So we got a whole fictional thing going on. I'm about to take you to a whole different universe. You know, you're about to go to the SNYJNZ universe where we have a couple of fictional characters, right? A couple of two banging broads, right? We got Violet Close, who is the op. She is the enemy, all right? She looks like kind of like Two-Face, a black woman, but Two-Face, you know? She has eyeglasses. She, you know, pretty older woman, you know, pretty slim and always wearing business suits or whatnot. She's a part of the No Men group, right? The ops, you know, No Men killer. You know what I'm saying? Getting all the No Men out of here one by one in the universe. You got to join the SNYJNZ universe to know about that. And Angel Wings, I guess, is going to come up to the radio station and talk about the whole situation, you know? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out A Million Days, the books, and also check out the mini series that's on YouTube. It's A Million Days #1. We're going to put out the other 3 so that way you're caught up. And yeah, Violet Close basically kidnapped Angel Wings after she brought all these zombies to our suburban. So we had this suburban area where there was no zombies around. Nobody knew. It was way up in the hills. People thought it was forbidden, right? We had traps and everything to make it look like it was nothing going on. This broad Violet Close finds out what's going on and literally ships up hella zombies up to my suburban hills, right? Inside this SNYJNZ universe. And lured all of them in, and they just took over for a minute. Oh my God, it was awful. It was awful. So, like I said, tune in on the miniseries. To be continued, but Angel Wings, she basically caught up Violet Close, and she wants to freestyle battle her. So however that goes is how it's going to go. That's something that's going to happen next weekend, but we are going to get Angel Wings' side and continue to play some music as well. So we're going to play some good music. Let's start off with one of the songs that actually just knocked out. And not just knocked out. It took a little time to work on this, but it's one of the anthems that I want to promote for basically the last song of the fucking year, dog. And it's called Today. So let's go ahead and play some music and then get Angel Wings from the SNYJNZ universe on. Make sure you get book #1 of A Million Days for free, okay? It's free on jo.net. Just go to the shop and get A Million Days and then keep on catching up. You know, it's #2, #3. We're on #4 already. You know what I'm saying? This is where Angel Wings and all them, you know, they start coming later on. You know what I mean? But for the mini series and everything, got to have the spinoff. Hey, baby, we working. You know what I'm saying? Book #4 is releasing soon, so make sure you check it out. But right now, we got my single, Today. Let's do it. SNYJNZ Radio. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ferrari. Hey, I'm an empty pocket
Skyrocket 2026 on the way. Heavy on it, never wrong, and maybe I feel selfish today. Little did you know, I worked this hard to get where I'm going, and I never gave a fuck about what my boss say today. Check in, calling home, on the phone, I feel alone. I'm never home, stole my phone, my friends come pick me up when I'm right. There we go, so you know, everything I do's on the stage. Wearing shows, sharing hoes, got a couple people with me. Aries flow, berry coat, gotta keep from cooking today. Hairy bros, tearing clothes for the mama seats of today. You don't know what way you're going. You don't know what way you're going. You don't know what way you're going. It's showing. I'm here. Heated seats with Puerto Rican mama sheep. I mean chef, leopard death, and my pants is colored in graffiti. Used to flow and rapping and said fuck it, picked up a white guitar. But the plot, it really thickens like Tahiri. Been right with me, can't go home. On the phone, I feel alone. I'm never home, stole my phone. Friends come pick me up when I'm on druggy backs, feeling sad. That's when music comes in singles, different path. Take a bath, ecstasy is for the freak up. There we go, so you know, everything I do's on the stage. Wearing shows, sharing hoes, got a couple people with me. Aries flow, berry coat, gotta keep from cooking today. Hairy bros, tearing clothes for the mama seats of today. You don't know what way you're going. You don't know what way you're going. You don't know what way you're going. You're showing. I'm here. This time persuasion's on my mind, but I can't defy all of the time. And if I act so brave, will you tell me to behave on the inside? Let's get it going, this the last stand before I go. And if everyone on this earth is changing cause of me, fuck that, I'll explode. You don't know what way you going, no, no, no. You don't know what way you going, no, 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 no. You don't know what way you going, no, no, no. Chosen, no. So you know, everything I do's on the stage. Wearing shows, sharing hoes, got a couple people with me. Aries flow, berry coat, gotta keep from cooking today. Hairy bros, tearing clothes for the mama seats of today. You don't know what way you're going. You don't know what way you're going. You don't know what way you're going. It's showing. I'm here. You don't know what way you're going. You don't know what way you're going. You don't know what way you're going. It's showing. I'm here.
Yo, Sunny Gene Radio, man. This is Sunny Gene. I'm back at the universe, and we actually got set up right here in the suburban hills up in Million Bay City. All right, Million Bay City is the city that's in the millionth state of a country that we know called Stara. It's apocalyptic right now. It's a lot of stuff going on, but we are safe up here in the hills. And we weren't not too long ago. If you checked out the mini series, you know, episode 1 through 4 of the Millie Days, you know, mini series, mini episodes on YouTube, you know, it was a lot going on. We had to survive. We're still here, you know, thank goodness. But it was a lot going on. And right now, I do have a good friend of mine's who's in the studio right now. She has a lot to get off her chest. She's going to have a freestyle battle next week with our enemy, an enemy who, since 2022, you know, she has definitely tried to infiltrate and destroy our community. And she goes by the name of Violet Close. So here, right here in the studio right now, I do have one of the survivors who, thank God, escaped Violet Close's, kidnapping, and how she did it, we don't know yet, but oh my gosh, I'm so glad that she's back. It was a plan that we set up. Violet brought up all the zombies and, caused us to separate from the suburban hills. The suburban hills is the most peaceful area, ladies and gentlemen. And compared to everywhere else that's going on in this millionth state, it's roaches. These zombies are just everywhere. So the suburban hills was our safe haven. That was the place where we can, even play video games and read and listen to music and not worry about commotion or any of the enemies coming up our way. And then Violet Close somehow, some way came to approach us. So she took one of the guests that we have, one of our friends, Angel Wings. Angel Wings is here now. She's coming up to the studio right now. Hey, security, let her through real quick. Yeah, Angel Wings, come here, darling. How are you?
I am great. How are you doing?
Good. Just speak a little louder. I know that Violet definitely traumatized you a little bit, but based on everything that you were going through, how are you feeling?
I don't know why she even wants problems with me. She was the one who kidnapped me. But if she wants to play, let's do it.
Oh, those are, I don't even want to say fighting words in these times. That's definitely a lot darker than fighting. Angel Wings is right here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep on playing some more music. We got a caller on the line. Hold up. Whoa. What are you doing calling up right now?
Well, good evening.
Oh, do you hear this, bro?
I'm calling to let you all know that Violet Close will be in the studio next week. Bring it on, girl.
Oh, Violet Close. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Violet Close. And we got something coming to be continued. I'm on edge right now. I don't know how she got our phone number. She gets access to us any way she can. Let's keep the show going. We got some more music to play. This is a new song of mine. It's called Apex. And let's get to the bottom of this. SNYJNZ Radio on jo.net. Yeah. Yeah. Shit. I think I just...
Mercy.
Shit.
Niggas get it poppin', and poppin' will lead to droppin', and droppin' will lead to options, and options will lead to shopping. Yeah, corner store and product when Weezy has steady mobbing. They wheezing in Abu Dhabi, they breathing out all the toxins. Yeah, fiending for that blogger who tempt me because they soggy, and soggy will leave you clogging that garbage disposal partially. Throw a couple airs over there, I'll pick up cartilage and cartridge. I'm blowing out and I'm playing a song on Carter 3, letting the beat build when it's building like monogamy. And every time I shine it's scratching top like how the bonnets be. I don't give a fuck if we connect, I ain't a tryin' be. And yeah, we can smoke the chronic, doctor out of phonics read. Yeah, nigga over there scared, nigga who won't dare fair, nigga he can chill and drink a sippy, yeah, fair share, nigga I'm on welfare, chillin' with Bel Air dares and they sharing, I'm a hippie, yeah. One of them is Karen, we ain't trippin' cause with Karen comes a parent, still that car for a day we gettin' trippy, yeah. Speakerphone is blaring, I ain't daring anymore, I had my share, now I stare at the gimmicks on the Remy, yeah. Bang, when it comes to bang, better grip that thang, hit 'em in the kidney if you feel me, yeah. Mine's empty, drinking every night at Denny's, tell 'em every time I'm empty, now I got the fire demons with me, yeah. What you doing for that fake love, just to get that real love, if you feel it, why you bitching for a sickie, yeah. Fake love, powerful than great love, glad I know the difference, only way they coming through is down the chimney, don't you shake up, bitch, I got the juice and got a couple cookies. Strong niggas, safe to say my parents were a couple rookies. That'll show. They They created monsters that'll battle book me. Let me get this paper, see beginnings. Rest in peace to Tookie. Yeah, nigga over there, scared nigga who won't dare. Fair nigga, he can chill and drink a sippy. Yeah, fair share nigga, I'm on welfare. Chillin' with Bel Air Dares, and they sharing me like I'm a hippie. Yeah, nigga over there, scared nigga who won't dare. Fair nigga, he can chill and drink a sippy. Yeah, fair share nigga, I'm on welfare. Chillin' with Bel Air Dares, and they sharing I'm a hippie.
Angel Wings, just from what you heard from Violet Close, any words?
Bring it on, bitch.
Let's go ahead and do it, y'all. Sunny Jean Radio. We got more music coming up. Stay tuned next weekend. We're going to have a freestyle battle between these two. How it's going to go down, I don't know, because I don't think these two could be in the same room together, but we'll try to figure it out. So to be continued on Sunny Jean Radio. Goddamn.
Hang around downtown by myself, and I've had so much time to sit and think about myself, and there she was, like double cherry pie. There she was, like disco superfly. Yeah. Hang around downtown by myself, and I've had too much caffeine, and I was thinking about myself, and there she was, in platform double sway. There she was, like disco lemonade. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Cha-ching, just got paid. Hey, Friday night. Well, Sunday. I love when clients deposit money on Sundays. I don't know why, but It's definitely a decent amount. I need this for my fucking bills. Oh my gosh, my bills are high. I'm in the negative. No lie at all. But this is going to help me get out of the positive, and I got to keep it up from here, yo. Oh, that's such a tough time. It's trying to fucking get it together, you know? Excuse my French, you know, I got to stop. I got to work on my language on Sundays, okay? But I want to thank you so much for tuning in, checking out these new songs I got. More to come, a lot more to come. I'll steal your ears on Tuesday. I got a lot to say, and I'm going to start being on Twitch a lot more. You know, I got a couple of people telling me to get on Twitch, you know, literally a couple of people, only 2 people for now, right? They're telling me to check out Twitch. So, I'm going to get on, talk my shit a little bit, you know, watch some videos in the background, you know, give my opinion on things, you know, things here and there. Just get things going. I might bring out the acoustic here and there, might play some stuff, might bring out the guitar, you know, play some stuff. You never know what will be going on Twitch. So make sure you tune in. A lot of different apps I'll also be setting up as well. It's going to be fun, man. Yo, SNYJNZ, hashtag, who is SNYJNZ? You're going to see that fucking everywhere. All right, let's get that going. Who is SNYJNZ? JL.net. Everything is on there. Thank you so much for listening, and I will steal your ears again next weekend. Bye-bye.